All right, let's get right into it. For as long as we can remember, we've had this unwritten rule with Google, right? You type in some words, it gives you back a bunch of blue links. Simple. Well, that entire rule book is being torn up and rewritten. We're talking about a massive shift from just searching to having a full-on conversation. And today, we're going to break down what this huge AI-driven change means for all of us, and maybe more importantly, what it means for your business. So let's just start with this one big question. What if the very act of Googling something had nothing to do with your keyboard anymore? What if it felt more like, I don't know, asking a friend for help and showing them what you're looking at on your phone? Because, well, that's pretty much exactly where we're headed. I mean, just look at this. On the left, that's the world we all know. Keywords, blue links. It's a static, text-based stance we've all learned. But over on the right, that's the future. A real-time conversation, using your voice, using your phone's camera. This isn't just some new feature, you guys. This is a totally different way to find information. So what is this thing really? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of Google Search Live. The best way to think about it is like having a super smart expert right there in your pocket who can see what you see and help you out instantly. Okay, so here's the official definition. It's an AI-powered feature right inside the Google app. And the key phrase here, the one you really got to remember, is real-time conversation. You're not just typing, you're talking to it. And because it can use your camera, it's basically blending your physical world with all the information on the entire web. And using it is, well, it's about as simple as it gets. You tap a little live icon, ask your question out loud, and you can even point your camera at what you're talking about. I mean, think about it. No more trying to find the right words to describe that weird clanking noise your dishwasher is making. You just point your phone at it and ask, "What's this sound?" It's a game changer. So what's making this all feel so smart and so fast? What's the magic behind it? Well, the secret sauce is a piece of tech that Google is calling Query Fanout. So what on earth is Query Fanout? Okay, instead of your question going down one single path to find an answer, the AI instantly breaks it apart and explores a ton of different angles all at once. The analogy here is perfect. It's like you're not just asking one expert, you're asking a whole panel of specialists who all chime in simultaneously. And that's how it can give you such a rich, detailed answer almost instantly. So how are people going to actually use this day to day? Well, the possibilities are kind of endless. You could be pointing your camera at a broken bike to figure out how to fix it. Or instead of reading a confusing rulebook, you could just show the AI a board game and ask, how do we play this? Identifying a weird plant in your yard, getting real-time help with a science project, even exploring a new city without having to stare at your phone. And listen, for businesses, every single one of these examples, that's an opportunity to be the one providing that helpful visual step-by-step answer the AI is looking for. And that brings us to the big, scary question. The one that should be on the mind of anyone who has a website or runs an online business. If Google's AI can just give you the answer right there in the conversation, does that mean the click is dead? This is the issue that could literally change everything for marketers and businesses. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The experts are already talking about this. Check out this quote from Search Engine Land. Answers could increasingly bypass traditional clicks and further erode traffic to websites. Let that sink in. If the AI gives a perfect answer, the user has no reason to click through to your site. That's a direct shot at the web traffic model we've all built our businesses on for the last 20 years. Which leads me to ask you this, point blank. Are you prepared for a future where your organic traffic, the lifeblood of your site, just starts to shrink? Not because you did anything wrong, but because your customers are getting their answers without ever having to visit your page. But okay, it's not all doom and gloom. It really isn't. While that traditional click is definitely under threat, a new door is opening up. Google has built in a lifeline for content creators and businesses, and it all boils down to two words: cited links. And this is so important to understand. Google's whole philosophy here seems to be that the AI should be a guide, not a wall. It isn't just making up answers out of thin air. It's pulling information from the best sources on the web, and this is the crucial part, it cites its sources. These citations, these little links, that's the new click. That's the new pathway for users to find your deep, expert content. So knowing that, how do you adapt? How do you set your business up to win in this new conversational web? The goal isn't just to be on a list of blue links anymore. The new goal is to become the trusted source that the AI guide itself wants to recommend. This is the fundamental mindset shift. For years, the whole game has been about keywords, but that's not enough anymore. Now, it's about becoming the most trusted, the most helpful, the most authoritative answer to a person's problem. You need to be the source that Google's AI looks at and says, yep, that's the one. That's the real expert. And this means you've got to start asking a whole new set of questions back at the office. Things like, does our content actually answer messy conversational questions? Or is it just stuffed with keywords? Or with camera search being a thing, are our products easily identifiable visually? And maybe the biggest one, what is our actual strategy for building the trust we need to become a cited source? It's a whole new ballgame. So we'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. In a world where the search engine is providing the answer, the new job for every single business is to figure out how you are going to provide the authority. Because on this new conversational web, being the trusted name behind the answer, well, that's everything.